Hello, everybody, and welcome to this MBL seminar about the business case for environmental sustainability. Today, I want to walk you a little bit through how we analyze natural assets and how we make the business case for investing in them. What we'll cover is, well, first of all, a little bit of an intro on sustainability in business. I have other webinars on that. Then we're going to talk about internalizing natural resources and really how we look at the natural world and try to make sense of it from a business and a balance sheet perspective. We're going to talk about materiality assessments, just because that topic is too relevant not to cover in this case, and I'm going to walk you through the difference between single and double materiality. And then we're going to stop and look at what the law says and where these things are reported, both in the EU and for the UK. Then I'm going to jump into from duty to opportunity, how really this makes business sense. And I think this part is going to be closer to your heart for many of the listeners. We're going to look quickly at driving organizational change and how you can integrate this in your companies. And then I'm going to cover a couple of best practices just to make sure that it's tangible and it makes sense and it's something that you can relate to. First of all, a little word about me. As you know, I have a few webinars on MBL. My name is Lara. I am the UK and Europe lead at Worldwide Generation. We do software for sustainability management, and I spent a lot of my life in software. So thinking about how do we think at scale and how we systematize. I'm also an active board member serving in the built environment. And this is something that is near and near to me. And as you can imagine, we talk quite a bit about internalizing natural factors, what our responsibilities are, what our duties are in this sense. And I also teach. I'm executive in residence at Cornell, and I work with some other organizations as well, mostly teaching to people in senior role and looking at sustainability and often learning as well from the classroom, because it's always good to have that level of interactions. We won't be able to have that interaction today since this is a recording, but hopefully it will still make sense and come to life to everybody watching this. So let's jump right in. Let's talk about sustainability in business and what it is. I like to take the definition of the Brundtland Commission, which is all the way back from the 80s, which is sustainability is the ability to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability to meet future needs. This is important because often today the debate has become a bit polarized and we tend to think, well, it's either profit or sustainability. It doesn't have to be. As we see it with green energy, as we see it with circular economy, as in many cases, we have to find ways that make sense for the present and for the future.